Kanan messing with Nick's brother, but you don't know what the work is.
He is changing up, Rock. He ain't the same.
Kanan says you talk a lot.
Your stupid little brother went to scrap Mom's house, and then she came to the precinct.
Your brother need to make this shit right.
I'm on.
Enemies are dangerous, especially when they're family.
Comment, like, and subscribe. Tell me. I want to learn. Hey, what's up? It's Amina Seen It, and we're back again for the recap of Raising Kanan, Season 3, Episode 7. It was a little flat. It wasn't as exciting as all the other episodes. Well, we know Episode 8 is always a big one. So this was a setup for something big to happen. The next 3 episodes is going to be out of control. Because we got Ronnie walking around. We know Juliana is owed something. Because she's doing too much. And you know what? I'm not even going to call her Juliana no more. I'm going to call her the Bodega Lady. I don't like her that much. She doesn't even need a name. Bodega Lady is her name. So it starts off with Ronnie going into Paul's house. Yes, Paul needed to be checked. Because how are you going to threaten Kanan about calling the cops? Really? I don't even know how he let that rock at that time, but now Kanan got muscle. But the fact that he felt comfortable with saying that was very uncomfortable for me. And I still don't trust him because I think he's just going to go get in WITSAC, Witness Protection Program. I don't trust him. But Ronnie made him pee on himself. So what happened was he brought Paul to Kanan. You know, like letting you know you're going to answer to him. So next time Kanan say something, Paul is definitely going to jump. But my question is, they could have easily taken Kanan out the equation and then just took over. But why they want Kanan in the operation so bad? You know, Ronnie and Snap and Pops. I think the saying, keep your enemies closer. Because again, that is Rock's kid and they don't like Rock. So Famous walks in all of these escapades and Famous is like, yo, I just want to get out of here. I don't like what's going on. I'm not comfortable. You know? That's all in his actions. He's like, yeah, it's time for me to go home. He never was a street dude. Why Kanan always trying to make him a street dude? And Ronnie coming back in talking about why you leaving. Ronnie, nobody want to be, if your own mother don't want to be up under you, why you want Famous to want to be up under you? You over there too much. Don't worry about why he's leaving. Let him leave. And then he gonna sit there and talk about Kanan said you talk too much. Kanan, why are you talking about Famous to this man? Why? Come on, you know he's 730. That means off balance mentally. That's a nice way to put it. Come on, Kanan. Kanan, I didn't like him this episode at all. So somebody in like one of my comments about a video or two away, they were saying that they didn't like Kanan and Ronnie. And I'm like, you know what? Kanan's not that bad. Kanan is bad. I don't like him either anymore. It's so bad that I was like scrolling around social media and people were like, you know, they could minimize Kanan's role because he's just annoying. And then somebody typed, oh, well, there still could be a Raising Kanan without Kanan. It's retarded. However, Kanan is the most he is very annoying for the show to be named after him. I don't think we like him. Yo, when Famous took his stuff, I was like, yeah, Famous, we not coming back. We done with Kanan. Just go live your life. Unfortunately, this is power. No one rides off into the sunset and just disappears. I guess we just have to wait and see. It might be jail. Or he could unalive himself. For real, you know, not like all these fake unaliving situations where they are saying, oh, they unalived themselves and they didn't. AKA Scrappy, AKA Detective Burke. Scrappy mom running into the precinct. She's a really good actress. I felt bad for her. Like, you could see the pain in her face about her boy. And Detective Howard, he is a monster. And he wasn't always like that. Like, he started off in the beginning really wanted to do right. But it must have always been in him. But he's a pure breed of a monster. We got a lot of monsters in this show. Because Ronnie is definitely on that list. but facts. Marvin, I like him. But your boys are actually serial unalivers. Because what is a serial unaliver? They just do multiple bodies. So there are a lot of serial unalivers going on. What's the definition of a serial killer?
Here's the definition of serial killer. A person who commits a series of murders, often with no apparent motive and typically following a characteristic, predictable behavior pattern.
Okay, maybe not everybody's a serial unaliver because the definition clearly says that you have to, like, usually... Did it say usually? Hold on. Well, it says often with no apparent... with no apparent motive, but it said often, so it's not written in stone, so they could be. But Ronnie definitely, he has motive, so I don't know. They said often, so yeah, you got a whole bunch of serial unalivers going on. Matter of fact, the whole Power universe. Famous is like, I'm out. He goes back home and he's with his mother. And I see the growth from Famous. Like, he was genuinely happy to come back home. It was like the Wizard of Oz. I lost my path and now I'm back home and now I'm grateful, you know? Again, this is not going to last. Something's going to happen. Sorry, Sean. Marvin and his beautiful soul. Marvin. Yo, he helps this guy from the Village Voice. He got tracks on his arms. I hope he returns the favor somehow. I mean, they are showing this man for a reason. I don't know what it is. Maybe he's not going to flip on Marvin. And you know what? Marvin was a single dad too. You know, raising his kid on his own. And this guy, he's doing a horrible job. But that's something that they're bonding with also, you know? So sad. No, really, I have a heart in here somewhere. So the girls are probably opening up for Shanice. Aisha has a little, what is that called? When you make yourself throw up after you eat. Bulimic. She's bulimic. Yeah. So somebody said something about maybe a baby. No, the girl is bulimic. And because she told Jukebox, I'm working on it, you know. Her and Jukebox got a kind of like bond going on, you know. And at some point in the episode, we see Kanan, you know, talking to Crystal while he's waiting to pick Aisha up to take her to the movies, which turns into be a real-ish show. Kanan just doesn't really like her. He just wants to be, and that's it, you know? Whatever. So I guess Aisha's like, she gets upset and she wants to go. And I'm like, you know, I don't even feel a way about it either way. Like, she wants to go. She shouldn't go home by herself. But it's in the beginning of a movie that just started, you know? He said he wasn't going to touch you no more. I get it. Stop kissing him, you know? Whatever. So I guess he's like, I'm not missing my movie, you know, to take you back right now because you want to go in the middle of this movie. So I don't feel no way. I don't know why. I just don't. I don't have an opinion about it. I just think he never really liked her. And that's it. He just wants what he wants. Rock finds out the information from Detective Howard. He's like a freaking parrot. Whatever goes on I'm not even gonna say whatever, because your boy Howard is lining Marvin up. He pretty much let them know that yes, Marvin is capable of all of this stuff. And when Rock was like, what do they say? Do they have it? Nope, they don't have anybody. They're not even looking at anybody. Girl, they looking at your brother. Our brother. Because I'm Team Marvin. Rock never says thank you. It's just like, ugh, why do you want to keep... at some point, I would just be like, listen, you know, Rock is getting an attitude helping him. And she's like, oh, well, it's only because it's going to turn back on you, you know. How's it going to turn back on him? Unless you tell Rock. And we know Rock is a snitch. So let's get that out in the air right now. Because remember, Rock did tell on Unique, but, you know, and she told Detective Howard, do your job. I think Unique. I think Ronnie knows something. One thing I will say, Rock mind works. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. She does not rush into an operation. She just watches, you know? So that way, when she does get it up and running, you're not going to see nothing out of the norm. It's going to look like a everyday situation. So I love how she tactically moves in. So takes the time to get to know the situation. That's why Rock is a boss. Unique could not figure this mess out. Ronnie couldn't. Nobody could figure this mess out. And it's funny. So it's like, this is why she is who she is. We see Juke threatening Crystal. It just makes her want Kanan even more. She's like, stay away from Kanan. Now she wants him, you know? I mean, she probably wanted him before, but now she really wants him because it's going to piss both of them off. Aisha off and Juke off. But I don't know if Crystal understands who she who she is pissing off. Because Juke got those hands and Crystal don't. Like, she got those hands for thugsters. I do not like that word. I never heard that word. I heard thugs and I heard gangsters. I think she accidentally mixed those words in. Thugsters. I can't. Thugsters. You got Lulu sitting here. Lulu is sitting there bobbing out to the tracks. And he's moving his hands around. And I'm like, why he don't got a care in the world? He just lit a whole fire. And he's sitting here. I think that pissed Lulu. I think that pissed Marvin off even more. This dude is too relaxed. He yoked him up so bad, so fast. And he's like, dude. Lulu, you opened your mouth, you little. I want to emasculate him without using a curse word. He's a little snob of spit. He's a Jack Daniels. He's a female Beethoven. He's a bird. There we go. He's a bird. So yeah, he hems him up and he's like, listen, you're gonna have to take care of this. Lulu didn't even know he did it. He got in his car and drove there, went in the door, sat in the house and sobbed, and you don't know you did anything? Yeah, Lulu do need to take a trip away. So we get to Ronnie and Bodega Lady. And your girl Pranisa walks in, and I know she was disgusted because that looks so awkward. And Juliana, I gave her a name again. She was embarrassed. Yeah, she should be embarrassed. She should definitely. She was trying to jump Ronnie. Ronnie, he was like paraplegic. He couldn't move his legs or anything. I think something might have happened with him and DEFCON. I'm just saying, you know how Power got to fill a certain quota with a certain amount of, not everybody's going to be straight. So, but Ronnie was so awkward and Juliana just really wanted him. I know I'd have been sick. I would have been like puke box in that moment. Pranisa got a little bit too much bass in her voice for me. And, you know, Ronnie's barking at her like, listen, leave the house. Oh, but it's me and Unique. Leave the darn house. All this attitude and neck rolling and eye roll, like, stop it. Pranisa. So, you know, Bodega Lady put a bug in his ear and is like, she don't like you, so you better be careful. So Ronnie's like, you know, he's gonna have to he's going to deal with her because she really is a loose end. You got Detectives Burke's father in there cleaning up her stuff, taking her stuff, and Howard sees it, so he walks over there, you know, because he's always fishing around. I think that the father of Burke is starting to look at Detective Howard a little weird because now it's sinking in that the daughter was always complaining about Detective Howard and nobody was listening. So I think people are going to start paying attention to that. However, he does go and see Burke's old lover later on in the episode, and she got no words, and Detective Howard's name will not come out of her mouth. So he sealed that deal. So Detective Howard gets the little narcotics gig, or he's getting it. They said it's not etched in stone yet. So the way they're showing it to us, I don't think he's gonna get it. Something's gonna happen. It's gonna They got to do a little bit of digging, because for them to show us that, you know, he put in for it and that he's pretty much in it, he's not going to get it. He's not going to get it. Something's going to happen. They said they got to do a little bit of digging, and unless he's like a serial killer, a serial unaliver, which I said I think he is. So Rock's been tracing this little truck the whole way with all the stores and everything, and she traces it back to a little hole in the wall in the middle of nowhere, and she goes in and is like, what do you sell? And they're like, oh, we sell supplies to Chinese restaurants. And the owner's like, yeah, we're not doing business together. So, you know, Rock doesn't even question it. So I don't know if Rock is going to build her own supply company, or she's just going to maybe pay the drivers or something and get her stuff in off of that. But I guess he didn't want to get cut in, so she's going to go around him. It's not a thing. And he was high-level racist. So Juke bullies her way past Ronnie's minions to go see her cousin. So Ronnie comes out and he's like, oh, let her in. It's his cousin. Juke is like, motherfucker, I'm coming in. She checks Kanan because she's like, Kanan, and she calls him out because I couldn't put my finger on what Kanan was doing, but she laid it out on the table. He is trying to appear like he is a man. It's like that song that Jay-Z said, when he quoted, instead of people working for him, they rather work for his ops to make it seem like they on the same level. You understand? So, yeah, she nailed it. She said that he's trying to make himself look like a man to his mom. She pushed those thugsters aside. So she leaves after she done stir up a tornado, and Ronnie's like, I could talk to her. Finally, Kanan gets his voice. Nah, that's family, you know? Finally. So Ronnie goes up to Pernice's house, and why she got Cheerios in her bag? She should have just gave him the box. Like, here, Ronnie. You know, he goes there. There's no bass in her voice anymore because she's visibly frightened, as she should be. He checks her, threatens her, and, you know, tells her, we don't want your son to be without a mother. Did you see the reaction? Sorry. Did y'all see the reaction with Lou and the when the mother walked in to the bar that Lou's in, the owner was like, let me get out of Dodge, because you know she was a home worker at some point. She definitely was sleeping with Lou's father. You could tell. And the mother walked in, she was like, I don't want her to see me. You know, and as soon as she leaves, she comes back out. That's your mom. We already knew this was happening. Crystal calls Kanan over. Kanan about to be knocking the boots. I'm glad hopefully they don't show it, because I feel like he's a kid. I know he's probably a little older in real life, but in my mind, he's a kid. I don't want to see it. And of course, the ending, Lulu gotta batter up. Get your Reggie Jackson on. Surprisingly, he did what needed to be done. Yo, but why she didn't run? She didn't move. She just was like the perfect target. She was like a sitting duck. She just was like, it's like she got in position for it. She's a great actress. I felt so bad. So if you thought Lulu couldn't take it before, now you didn't do it before, but now you had to take out your boy's mama. Therapy is a thing. You could go to therapy. Well, you can't talk, but I don't know. And now he's still haunted by Scrappy. It was cool, but you know what? A lot of the pictures and the promo they did, it kind of spoiled it, because pretty much we already knew what was going on in this episode. No surprises. So anyway, thank you for watching Amina Seen It. Please hit that like, subscribe, and comment down below.